Hi everyone. Well, it's finally over. 6 weeks of campaigning and we now have a Labour government. Opinion polls were indicating a Labour victory, so the result has been priced in by many. So Keir Starmer's arrival in Downing Street won't trigger instability. Just look at our last 7 general elections over the last 27 years. With a majority government like we have now, house prices rose on average by 7.4% in the year after. With a minority government, prices only rose by 0.5%. And for rentals, they rose on average by 0.9% a year more under Labour than under Conservatives. So while everyone worries about a Labour government, history shows property does much better under Labour. And Labour does look set to be in power for at least 5 years, if not longer. So let's take a look at its policies that affect the housing market. Firstly, tax. Starmer has tried very hard to reverse the high tax image that Labour traditionally has. He's ruled out increases in stamp duty, VAT, income tax and national insurance. He says there'll be no changes to capital gains tax, but tax breaks for non-doms living in the UK, which actually the Conservatives planned to reduce from next year, may be tightened. Looking at housing, well, Labour's plans have been welcomed by many property developers and businesses. 1.5 million new homes by mid-2029, many in joint ventures with private developers. Half of the new homes to be officially affordable. A shift in planning rules to favour quicker decisions on housing schemes. Some building allowed on the Greenbelt commuter ring around London. Looking at actual property sales, well, Starmer wants to reverse the decline in owner occupation and encourage home ownership, proving he's not following traditional Labour values. He's going to be extending an existing mortgage scheme, encouraging 5% deposits for first-time buyers, giving local first-time buyers first option on new homes, and he has no plans to change council tax, which could have discouraged some buyers. In the rental market, he'll continue the rental reform agenda started by the Conservatives. That means reduced eviction powers for landlords without a strong reason, like wanting to sell or move back in. This encourages long-term tenants, which honestly is great for landlords. He wants to introduce a decent home standard for private renting to mirror what we have for social renting. He wants to clamp down on tenant antisocial behaviour with stricter penalties. Again, really important and good for landlords. A major concern was rent controls, and he's adamantly said no to these, recognising that they actually stifle investment. Labour are very likely to benefit from the UK economy improving, with inflation having just hit the 2% official target for both the Labour and Conservatives, widespread expectation of at least 2 Bank of England interest rate cuts by Christmas. And all the big property portals are predicting a post-election bounce in the housing market. So while it's a changing of the guard at Downing Street, I am really positive for UK property prices and rentals, with the strong likelihood of a broadly stable political and economic agenda for the next 5 years.